Right. So now let's see how we can fix these existing issues where when you target characters like this, they are going to deplete the resources, which is fine. And if the resource got depleted, we can forward them into here as well, which is fine. But now look at what happened if all the resources for a given resource type is being depleted. Then some of these characters may remain on intact state where this crate is still appearing on their head. So we have to fix this issue. So the fix is quite straightforward. So if you go and check out the character base, set target actor, we have added this event dispatcher. So this dispatcher is basically destroying, or like it is being triggered when the target actor of the given actor is being destroyed. But right now actually we are not checking the destroyed actor is the one who's actually being referenced within the character. Therefore, no matter what, it always cancel the current task. So this is a inconsistency, because even the destroyed actor is not equivalent to the target actor, or like it is pending on kill at the garbage collector. So it will still could cancel the whatever the current task that the character is being referring to. Either it is delivery, either it is gathering, or finding a nearest resource, any task, it can be cancelled. So we need to fix this issue. So what we have to do is we can simply check the destroyed actor is the one which is equivalent to the currently referenced target actor at the character. If it is matches only, we are cancelling the current task. Compile, save. Also, at the collect resource behavior tree, we have added this one here, is resource type exist blackboard guard, to check whether a given resource type, at least there exists one resource instance for a given resource type. Otherwise we are simply not going to these sequences. And here also I have added that thing, but as I mentioned earlier, since this one is getting triggered for each tick, sometimes there could be a race condition where it reaches to this position but resource type is already destroyed, so it can hang on the delivery resources task for a infinite time. So for the time being, let me remove this one as well and see what happens. So no matter what, now this can easily exit from the loop. Right, now let's check. So I'm going to deplete the resource. Okay. Right, now let's check what happens. Okay, right, now that issue is fixed. So you can see now this character is not carrying a crate, or like he is not staying on that delivery loop anymore. Now all of these characters are remain idle because the resource type shrub has been fully depleted. So now we can reassign them into some other existing resource type like trees or stone. So they will continue the mining process or the wood chopping process accordingly. Okay, right, we can spawn the villages as well, and you can see we can assign them as well. Right, So there is another small issue where sometimes at the delivery these characters may not be able to deliver the resource in the correct position, because if you take a look into its interaction slot instantiation, it's somewhat very close to the mesh. So in these sort of areas, like actually it is very close to the now mesh blocked area, and here you can see at the end of it, it is overlapping with the character mesh. So for these sort of factors, we need to fix, or like we need to add some offset to the radius of the interaction slot generator. So what I can do is, let's go to the interactable base, and over here at the build interaction slots, this is the ring radius that I've been referring to. Which I have the slot spacing and slot occupancy radius. So let me add a additional 200 just to check how it behaves. Right now you can see it is being expanded like this, which is what we wanted. So instead of adding this, let me expand the slot space into 100. Right, the slot spacing is actually I would say not that much related to the radius increment. It is like the space in between the increment interaction slots. Right, so we can't increase this thing. So let me revert that value back to 50, and here let me promote into another variable called let's just say slot distance, or let's say slot let's just say slot distance offset from origin. And for the time being, I will keep it as 0, but at the, so if I make it 0, you can see we have the default way of spawning interaction slots. But for the, let me enable debug for all the actors so I can see how it works. Right, so for the resources it is fine, this spacing can be accepted, but for town hall it should be expanded. So what I can do is, let's go to the buildings town hall, and as its class defaults, set up interaction slots. Yes, over here as the slot distance offset from origin, I'll keep like 100. Right, now you can see resources related interaction slots remain same, but for buildings now we have a better ranging like this. Right, now let's try to collect multiple different resources simultaneously. Yeah, so no one is blocking now, and the delivery is correct because now the actor is not overlapping with the town hall mesh. Awesome. Okay, you can actually reassign them back to different resources as well. Yes, everything works pretty much fine. Now let me disable this debug interaction slots for the time being, And I think we can further increase the resource amount, right? So because actually the functionally now everything works pretty much fine, no issues at all. But these resource amounts are a little bit low, because you can see like after 2 iterations simply these resources getting depleted, which is not that much good, right? So in the realistic scenario, like maybe we need much more resources. So at the data table for the resources, let me increase the resource amounts per element, actually the per resource type. So shrub, I would say it is like, I don't know, maybe 200. For trees it's like 100, and for query it's like 500. Compile and save. Now let's play and see. So now these gatherers can remain on the same resource for quite a long period of time, because now we have enough resources. Yes, now they are not getting depleted quite soon, so you can collect any number of resources like that. Okay, right, now functionally everything works pretty much fine. No one is blocking, and the pathfinding is correct. Also the resource gathering and consuming is also correct. So everything looks good. Right, so just to make some final touches, maybe let's populate the resources further, just to visualize like a proper level, I would say, with a higher number of resources and stuff like that. This is setting for just for the visualization purposes. Okay, we don't need to even be aligned down all proper direction, like you can have a direction like this as well. Okay, and maybe there are more trees over here. There is a quarry here as well, maybe here. Let me copy some of these trees, just it here, we rotate it. So likewise, actually you can do whatever the level design that you want. Maybe let's add more spacing. Okay, this looks good. Maybe this area also we can add some trees. Okay, and also not only the locations, actually you can adjust the transformations as well, like this. So if you need like larger rock here, you can add it like this. Maybe a smaller rock over here. That would be fine. Yeah, now we have enough resources on the level. maybe this one we can move it to here. I don't know. And these are like default villages we have. So let's just say by default we have 3 villages, and these are the manager instances that we have. We have character manager and resource manager, also level manager, and finally building manager. So they hold the context for each and every individual instances that we have on the level. Right, now let's play. Okay, let me assign them into multiple different resources, and let me assign or spawn more and assign them to different types of resources like this, so they can carry on the work as they expected. And yep, everything looks good, no one is blocking, and you can see like we have a very good frame rate as well, and it's green and almost constant even if we have 10 number of NPCs. So let's spawn more, assign them to more tasks, and see how the frame rate reacts to it. Because when it comes to RTS games, the performance is really critical. We have to be very careful about the performance, and it looks good. So there is no significant performance drop, and you can see for 20 parallel villages are working for multiple different resources with multiple different tasks that they carry on, and they are delivering the resources as well. Also we have a very good constant frame rate which is not dropping at all. Right, and no one is blocking, no one is in an inconsistent state, no one is on scaling mode, and our widgets are appearing properly, the numbers are increasing properly. Yes, everything looks pretty much good. Also the camera movements are there, rotating for clockwise, anti-clockwise, and zoom in, zoom out, also moving the phone. Everything works as expected. Right, so I think this is the final tutorial of this course, which is RTS resource collection system, and we have created a fully functional advanced resource gathering mechanisms, starting from the camera controls on the second section, and at the next we covered the interactables, which are like these resources, buildings, stuff like that, and the next section we covered the harvesting resources, which means like how you can harvest the resources for multiple different resource types. Then we had covered a very long section which is characters, which stand for controlling these villages by the player and assigning them into tasks so that they can carry on whatever the task or workload that they are working on autonomously. And finally we have introduced the interaction slots for crowd control, so that they are not blocking with the interactable elements, and they can work independently and parallelly without blocking each other. And also we have integrated user interface systems, and they are updating properly on real time, and everything looks pretty much fine. Okay, so that's about this course, and we can wrap up the entire course on this tutorial. And I was sort of planning to conduct another course related to RTS unit control link, so that we can maybe like create, or like maybe we can see how we can control units, or like infantry units or something like that, to maybe defend or attack other types of buildings or units. So that's a different course that I'm planning to cover, but considering this course, RTS resource gathering system, these are the features that I'm being currently interested in. But if you are thinking you need to see some additions to this course, or maybe if you encounter some new bugs or issues on this course, let me know those on the Q&A section or reviews. So I'll see to fix those stuff, or like to conduct some additional new tutorials to teach you how to integrate whatever the new features that you requested. Okay, right. So I hope you enjoy this course, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.